Hi, I'm Katy, and I'm interviewing Off. Steve McDonald, Keith Morris.
And this water's freezing.
Don't go in there. So how'd you guys meet?
How did we meet? I auditioned to hang out with Keith when I was a child. It's true.
When he was 11 years old.
When I was 11 years old, my band, we were called The Tourist at the time, and then changed our name to I Cross. We were looking for gigs, and somehow we found his first band, Black Flag. They'd recently changed their name from Panic, and they just coincidentally lived a few miles from us. And this is obviously pre-Facebook or MySpace, so it was
no computer.
No computer.
No cell phone.
I mean, it's like a totally random kind of thing. Like what a stroke of luck. But and also that we were outgoing, ambitious enough to bring Greg Ginn up and say that we had this band and that we had an 11-year-old bass player. That would have been me.
You were 11?
Yes, I was 11, and you know, we liked punk rock. And would they consider letting us play with them?
And don't leave out the part about your paper route.
Well, that was a little bit later. I had a paper route. I paid for our first demo.
Nice.
We had legitimate 18-year-olds in the band, but the 11-year-old paid for the demo with his paper route money. And that's before all your friends had GarageBand on their computer. You actually had to go into a studio and pay money.
How old was your brother?
14 probably then. He was like 3.5 years older. Anyway, so Greg said, "Cool, man, come down." And we went down to where they rehearsed, which was in this old Baptist church in Hermosa Beach, and basically they just like told us to hang out, and we watched Black Flag rehearse.
So where did Off come from? Why did you name your band Off?
And Keith,
our guitarist Dimitri, who if anybody in the band is a dictator, he's the dictator.
He tried.
See, I'm supposed to be the little guy with the Napoleonic complex. Our guitarist is overly creative, and it spills over into a lot of the things that we do. And so he thought that he would be clever and go on Google and Google Black Flag. Oh, it's a bug spray. Oh, it's an insecticide. Oh, it kills roaches and ants and flies and bugs. And oh, my brain, it hurts because it's a hive of bees and all of this kind of crap. Said, Black Flag. Oh, right under Black Flag for insecticides, off, with an exclamation mark. What happened with Dimitri was he did some homework.
Yeah, because he didn't come from this world.
Right, and Dimitri did the exact homework that he was supposed to do. He actually did what Brett Gurewitz told Greg and I to do.
Okay.
Which is the same thing that Rick Rubin told Metallica to do. Go back and listen to your first couple of albums and then come back to me with some music. You know, come back with that kind of energy. You know, come on, let's go, people.
And while you're at it, let's recreate 1979. Let's make that happen again.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I got an email from a guy who plays in a band that opened for the Circle Jerks and Circle One at Cal State Northridge about 30 years ago. And his band, they were the opening band, and I'd not heard hide nor hair of them until he emailed me and said, my band would like to play with your new band. And I have, rather than being
You've since changed the email address.
No, being the man with large testicles, which I don't have, I've got to look for some kind of an excuse. And because we are a democratic band, I don't like say, this band's playing with us and I don't care what you think. I don't get to do that. I have an out. It's like, hey, there's
He hates your
there's
band.
3 other guys in my band, and they've never heard of your band, and probably never will.
Well, maybe
and
my band played with them too. What band is it? Well, maybe do it.
Maybe not.
Maybe off camera.
we played our first recording.
And they told us it could be remixed.
And you were like,
No, actually, we're like, yeah, you're right. These are demos. But then, you know, and someone else. And then, anyways, I said, well, what about my friends? So I'm kind of I could be blamed for that.
Well,
I mean,
your stance was, you know, why do we want to sign with the first people that want to sign us? We've not played this music for anybody else.
I mean, we probably shouldn't be talking about it because all these people are friendly and we're friends with all of them. And who knows, maybe we'll make a record for Epitaph someday. That's entirely possible. I think that for us, it was like we were very nervous about, you know, just being rolled out as this like legacy, you know, novelty act of old school dudes just like doing something that would be, you know, interesting for 10 minutes. And we felt like, you know, we feel vital inside and we could do something vital.
I feel like you've successfully become a band that I don't think of in that like legacy sort of way. And
Well,
like a
thank
very
you,
real
Katy.
new band that's like
A
full
perfect
fire.
example would be what we did last night.
Last night, yeah. You guys
Well,
were, like, yeah.
which is really, which, yeah, I mean, for us, it's like we feel very grateful to be able to, like, you know, have a band that is being viewed as like a new, exciting
Relevant,
band,
young,
relevant
yeah.
band. And so basically, we just like sort of talked to these two groups of people that were interested in us, and we just kind of asked them, like, well, you know, how, like, what kind of things would you see us doing in the next year? And that's who won. It wasn't really about who was going to give us the most money, because we actually went with the people who gave us less money, to be honest. But they had ideas that sounded more in tune with
What you
what we
wanted
were
to
trying to do,
experience.
what we were hoping to do. The reason Off is proving to be relevant is because Keith and Dimitri have come together with a great ability to express. Dimitri's been really good at putting the right kind of riff and the right energy behind Keith's point of view. And marrying that and songwriting,
Successfully.
yeah, and I think that they were really smart. And Keith talks about his time as an A&R person. I think that they really flexed that muscle when they chose Mario and myself, who were, like, I'm gratefully, you know, from what I understand, top of the list of people they would like to reach out to. And I didn't know Mario, so it's been like so much fun as a bass player to play along with this guy who is like the ultimate, like, John Bonham of hardcore. You know, he's like such a
Yeah.
beast, and it's terrific. But it's a really, really smart, great on so many levels, because not only is it musically really like suit what their creative vision is, it's also great chemistry between people. They knew that this group of people would not kill each other on the road, most likely, or might even likely really bond and have that insular experience that a great band has to have, I think, because
Yeah.
ultimately it's you against them. And one of the best reasons to be in a band is so that you can theoretically be your own boss and not have to kowtow as much as possible, and, you know, have life the way you see it should be, you know. So all this. So I'm trying to give you some.
Well, I'm
some
getting
props.
ready to move over to the draw.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So you were saying that you're not supposed to wash other people's underwear, right? That was one of your
Yeah,
pro
but they're
tips.
clean now. You can touch them. They're just boxers.